nobody is going to actually support you until you win. That is the sad truth about this generation, is that we are in a space to where everybody is just trying to get it on their own. Everybody's trying to be selfish. Everybody's trying to just be that main character, you feel me? And sometimes you can't always be the main character, you feel me? Sometimes you gotta be Robin when somebody else is Batman, you feel me? And that's just the harsh truth that a lot of people can't come to terms with, you know what I'm saying? Like, when you decide to start that business or start that new job or just start something freshly new, that you know in your mind, you know that it's gonna take off, it's gonna go places, it's gonna put people on. But it's like when you're in that process and you're in that journey of building it, nobody's around. Nobody's gonna come and be like, hey, do you need help with this? Hey, how can I be actively helping you towards reaching that goal, you know? And you know, the only way that anybody would ever decide whether or not they really want to help you is unless they have that same vision, that same goal, and that same thrive to just want to get to that next level, you feel me? And that's just the honest, sad truth, that a lot of us don't know when starting things, because most times, especially in my entrepreneur journey, y'all, when I first started, I always thought that, hey, I'm supposed to just tell people, and I would, you know, people would come and help me. You know, that's how I used to think when I was 19 years old. I remember I was building my brand. I was making $10,000 a month, $10 to $15,000 a month. And me saying those numbers to people, they were not like excited about it. They weren't like, hey man, you finally did your thing. Like in my mind, of course, I feel like I won, but I wasn't trying to, I don't know how to put it in words. I was never trying to give people that leeway that I was making money, but people knew I was making money. They just didn't know how much I was making. You know what I mean? And but like over time, I started to realize that people won't support you unless they know that they're involved into winning with you. If that makes sense, right? And I don't know, man. It's just a very, very hard. It's a very hard topic to talk about, you know? Like, we tend to try to put ourselves in a position to try to be better. And majority of us out here are working and thriving to become better, to help other people, to help our family members, or moms, dads, grandmas, whatever the case may be. We're doing this to help other people. Obviously, focus on, you know, thriving for yourself, but at the same time, you know, at the end of the day, what is having the most amount of money worth if you can't share it with other people, right? But the sad truth, once again, is like, on this journey of coming up, and I have a term for this too. Excuse me. It's called being a high value man on the come up. And what I mean by that is basically, you are a high value person. You know in your mind that your value is super high, but you don't have all the things necessary to show that you're in a high value. You know what I mean? But you are on the come up towards that, if that makes sense. And when you're in that state of mind, it's very, very hard to find people that's willing to support you and push you to get to there. You know what I'm saying? Because you know if you get there, they're coming up with you. And like I said, everybody is just, main focus is to be the main character. Not many people are willing to just be the side character to help. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like in this generation, in this time period, we would go so much further if people would just come together and collaborate and help one another. You know what I'm saying? And it's just a very, very this interesting type of topic to even talk about right now, because it's like, I'm starting this YouTube with no help, with no guidance, the only guidance I probably have is just ChatGPT, right? But other than that, that's AI. But even then, what I'm trying to say is that I'm starting this YouTube from scratch. I'm doing everything. And I know that if my YouTube channel was to go up and become something, everybody will come around. But as you're building, people are more so just watching, you know, and that's totally fine. Some people are meant to watch, and some people are meant to support from afar. And I'm not saying that you guys can't do these things on your own. You can't do certain things without other people, but I do know that having a little bit of support system does make you go further in life. You know what I mean? Like, I know like the biggest people, like for example, Castanet, or just whoever, you know, like football players, basketball players, just whoever was on their come up, they've always had some type of support system. Always. You feel me? Like there was always someone that was on their corner that believed in them, and that made them get to where they need to get to. And like I said, once again, nowadays it's not like that. You know what I'm saying? It's not on that level. But what I will say is that you guys need to keep going, keep striving, keep elevating towards that goal, even if you do not have no support. But just understand that when you finally do make it to where you want to get to, everybody's going to come around and act like they were there. And the sad truth is, once again, it's not like that. It's never going to be like that. But if you allow yourself to know that I have what it takes to do this on my own, it's nothing else that you really need. Nothing else. But I always say this as well, like, it's always important to see the people that were there for you when you didn't have nothing compared to the people that be around you when you have everything. Because then now you'll see who is who. Always, every time. So regardless of the point, y'all, keep winning even when you feel down. Keep winning when you feel like all else failed. But also understand this. You're gonna fail, but just keep winning at the same time. That probably went over your head. You're gonna fail, but just keep winning. You know what I'm saying? So regardless of the point, man, you know, like I'm just rambling, but I'm rambling for y'all to understand that you have what it takes. You may not have the best support system. You may not have the right guidance, but all you need to do is just keep failing until you win. And also make sure that you focus on what matters. And what matters the most is just you really understanding that your value and your worth is so much more, even when you're at your lowest, even when you're at a point to where you feel like giving up, you know, but you have what it takes every single day. It's a grind just so you can shine. Sometimes it's gonna feel alone. At times you're gonna feel like a loner. You're gonna feel just everything that you can think of. It's okay. Because at the end of the day, the end of the road, it's all gonna make sense. And when you finally make it, you're gonna finally see who was there for you and who wasn't. And that's all that matters the most. So regardless, just know that the support system may or may not be there. But at the end of the day, once you win, you'll see who's real. That being said, I'll catch y'all on the next video. If you're brand new, make sure you subscribe, you like, you comment, and I'll see y'all on the next one.